How you guys doing? Got any monitors back there? My name's Max Gomez. I'm from Taos, New Mexico. It's good to be in Kansas City. Well, come on and take my hand into town, babe. We'll lose these blues and keep from feeling down, babe. Together I know a place we can go where the rain don't fall and the wind don't blow, and it's always more than meets the eye. And you know how I hate to see you cry, 'cause you're my good friend. You're my good friend, girl. You'll be my good friend, babe, until the day I die. Where there's no such thing as a dead end, 'cause no road, babe, ever really ends. And you're free now, you got no rules, babe. Well, every rule you just break before it bends, and it's always more than meets the eye. And you know how I hate to see you cry, 'cause you're my good friend. You're my good friend, girl. You'll be my good friend, babe, until the day I die. Well, don't put your money all on black now. No, don't put your dollar down on red. The good bet is the one that's in your heart, baby. No, not the one stuck inside your head. And it's always more than meets the eye. And you know how I hate to see you cry, 'cause you're my good friend. You're my good friend, girl. You'll be my good friend, babe, until the day I die. You're my good friend, and I'm your good friend, girl. I'll be your good friend, babe, until the day I die. We'll be good friends, babe, until the day I die. Thank you. I did a little bit of growing up not far from here in Lawrence, Kansas, and I was mostly growing up in Taos, New Mexico, but when I was in high school, I had a teacher who was always out to get me, one in particular. And I play this song, and I think about her. She was trying to get me thrown out of school all the while, and I never even knew it. It wasn't until years later that I found out, just talking to one of the other teachers, you know, all grown up in a bar or something like that. sitting there with your high school teacher at the bar. That's a funny place to be. I heard the sound of my teacher screaming. She hollering, boy, wake up. If you don't learn to stop your daydreaming, you won't amount to much. She wrote a letter about it to my mother. Now here's the strangest part. Mama read it, then just took her finger and pointed at my heart. And she said, what's in the well will come up in the bucket. Just you wait and see. What's in the well will come up in the bucket. Just be who you should be. Now I'm daydreaming for a living, writing country songs. Take my advice and what God's given. Your heart won't steer you wrong. What's in the well will come up in the bucket. Just you wait and see. What's in the well will come up in the bucket. Just be who you should be. What's in the well will come up in the bucket. Just you wait and see. What's in the well will come up in the bucket. Just be who you should be. What's in the well will come up in the bucket. Just you wait and see. What's in the well will come up in the bucket. Just be who you should be. Just be who you should be. Thank you. A song of Richard Lee. Thank you very much. Man, it's funny. I've been on tour for a little while now, 2 or 3 weeks. Started off on the East Coast around the cities over there, Philly and Boston and New York. Wound up doing some promo stuff while I was in New York because I have a new record out, and I'm playing songs right now that have never been recorded. So I make that mistake. After every show, I get a couple of people up at the merch table. They go, "What? I want to hear that song. What song?" Oh, we've never recorded it, so that's perfect, you know. But anyways, I was in New York a week or two ago promoting the new album. And I'm about to play you a song that's also not on the new album. But the reason I'm telling you this is because I got to stop by a skyscraper near Times Square and rode the elevator up. And I got to hang out with my buddy Steve Earle, and we recorded for XM Radio. And the show is airing tonight, right now, actually. So if it gets too, if you can't bear the songs and stories in here, you can go out and tune in on your XM radio and hear it there too. But this song that I want to sing you now is a song that I wrote for a couple of friends of mine. They live in Heber Springs, Arkansas, a little town. And they're a young couple, guy and a girl, and they decided to kick their relationship up a notch. They went downtown and signed papers on an antique store they bought. Doesn't make any sense. You put them together, you got 40 years, 45 years between the two of them. They're very young. They're no antique smiths, or they don't know anything about the antique business or running a store of any kind. Well, the thing of it is that the young man, he's got a job, you know, working in the oil fields, and now the young lady, she works at the antique store full time now, and she hates every minute of it. which is perfect since they just signed a 45-year mortgage. Well, anyways, I was hanging out with them, visiting with them, and I had a guitar sitting next to me as usual. And the young lady, she was complaining, lamenting the usual, talking bad about the antique store and how the old ladies were all so mean to her. Nobody ever bought anything. She didn't know what the hell they were doing with this stupid antique store anyways. I said, perfect. It's great that you guys just signed a 35-year mortgage. And I had the guitar sitting there, so I grabbed it and I made her this song. Are you guys all right for a story song? Hot summer, lazy days. What keeps the money away? All of the people pass by. They never stop to say hi. I wish they would walk through the door of my lonely old antique store. Is there somebody going someplace who could drag off this vintage suitcase? Maybe fill it with porcelain dolls or relics to hang in the halls. Who's destined for fate to buy the gold Jesus plate here in my lonely old antique store? Oh, Monday through Friday it's 9 to 5, Saturday morning till noon. Sunday's the day that I still feel alive, but then Monday comes back too soon. Well, so in walks sleepy-eyed Joe. The folks all here say that he's slow. Well, in here he's just looking around. He's trying to find the best oil lamp in town. It's the same looky-loos that keep me singing the blues in my lonely old antique store. Oh, Monday through Friday it's 9 to 5, Saturday morning till noon. Sunday's the day that I still feel alive, but then Monday comes back too soon. That's my hillbilly antique polka guitar. It's relevant in Heber at the antique store. So I like to tell folks about this song and how it was writing it. When I was writing it, I had to be careful not to hurt anybody's feelings, since I was singing about real people in a real place, and at the time they were real friends of mine. So it wasn't until I was many miles away from Heber Springs and said antique store that I unveiled the last verse of the song. Well, now a check has just come in the mail, blowing wind in my antique sail, brought by the insurance claims, spawned from the smoke and the flames. From the broken oil light that caught a spark in the night, set fire to the antique store. Well, so now I reside in Belize, and I sway with the wind in the trees. And old Joe, he's just fat from the fish, and we're living the lives that we'd wished. It still feels like a dream that we pulled off the steam and burnt down that old antique store. No more American taxes, no more trouble with the law. We're in heaven. Thank you. I like that song a lot. I've been playing it ever since I wrote it. Played it the other night at a show in Detroit, and this guy comes up to the merch table afterwards, and he buys a CD, and he's walking off, and he stops himself, and he says, "Could I offer just a little songwriting criticism?" I don't know what the heck to say, you know. So he comes over and he says, "That Antique Store song, you know, you had a really nice song going there. You didn't have to burn it down." I said, "That CD was only $10. Get the hell out of here, would you?" So the new record is called Me and Joe. Kimberly over here is selling the new record. We got a few copies left. Tonight is actually, sadly, the last night of our tour with James McMurtry. So we have like a few hundred CDs left over that we need to sell. So if you could buy 6 or 8 copies each. No, the record's called Me and Joe, which I know is grammatically incorrect, but it rolls off the tongue that way. And this song is called Joe. Well, you can call me Joe. It's a lonesome sound of shame, and tattooed long ago are the letters of my name. And I've done my time. You know I work the oil rigs, and all these scars are mine. Ain't no way to keep on hid. Well, if cocaine was coffee, and if pain turned into cash, then I'd be rich and respectable. I wouldn't run from the past. Well, on the ocean floor are the dollars made of sand. I hitchhike to the shore and go diving when I can. And the treasures I might find, I know they're lost and found. I can't think of a friend of mine who would let me hang around. Well, if cocaine was coffee, and if pain turned into cash, then I'd be rich and respectable. I wouldn't run from the past. Well, if cocaine was coffee, and if pain turned into cash, then I'd be rich and respectable. I wouldn't run from the past. Yeah, I'd be rich and respectable, and I wouldn't run from the past. Well, you can call me Joe. For a handful of years now, I've been singing this old folk song by a songwriter of the name of John Hartford, some of you may know. I was reminded about the song when I saw a little boy once wearing a suit. I was passing through a wedding I wasn't invited to, and everyone's dressed to the nines, and there was this little boy there wearing a suit from head to toe. And his dad said to him, "Son, you better get used to that suit. But one day when you grow up, you have to put one on every morning when you go to work." I thought, how cute is that? You know, he's a miniature businessman all ready for success. But I quickly realized it was not in fact cute, and what an asshole this guy must be. Let the boy be a boy for a while, you know? Reminded me of this old folk song I've been singing ever since. Someday, my baby, when I am a man, and others have taught me the best that they can, they'll sell me a suit and cut all my hair and send me to work in tall buildings. So it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. So when I retire, my life is my own. I've paid all of my debts, and it's time to come home and wonder what happened betwixt and between when I went to work in tall buildings. So it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. So it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. Yeah, I'm going to work in tall buildings. I'm going to work in tall buildings. Thank you. Bass player in James's band sings that one, and he does it a little differently. He's making fun of me. He goes, what does he say? Opening shows in small venues. It's a complicated relationship we all have. Well, I dreamed I was free from this place. Yes, I dreamed I was free from this place. Yes, I dreamed I was free from this place of misery. But I awake with this ball and chain. What evil have I done to be here now? What evil have I done to be here now? What evil have I done to carry this burden and awake with this ball and chain? Well, I know someday I'll be free. Yes, I know someday, baby, I'll be free. Yes, I know someday with the good Lord I will stay and wake with no ball and no chain. Yeah, I'll awake with no ball and no chain. Thank you. Don't get too excited. I picked this thing up for a song earlier at Cracker Barrel on the way into town. It's kind of the funniest thing. I mean, Cracker Barrel, when you're on tour, the interstate restaurants are typically worse than Cracker Barrel. So you end up eating at a lot of Cracker Barrels. No offense to any of you if you might love Cracker Barrel. I have a place in my heart for it because I'm a touring musician. You pretty much got, you don't even want to know the stuff. But they do sell harmonicas. Some of my friends are playing on the radio in Cracker Barrel, and I go, I'm in there, what the hell do I have to do to get my record played in a Cracker Barrel? Write some country-ass music, I guess. Write a song about flapjacks or something. This is a new song I wrote with a friend of mine in Memphis, Tennessee. His name is Keith Sykes. He's a wonderful singer-songwriter. We finally got the thing recorded, and it's on my new album. It's the other half of Me and Joe. This one is called Make It Me. I wish you wouldn't cry, I wish you wouldn't go. I wish we'd stay together through the rain and the wind and the snow. The real snow, not the movie kind. And the snow that falls and it keeps you on my mind. Miles and miles may come between us, and many faces you will see. But if you love somebody, baby, if you love somebody, baby, make it me. Well, you remember the time when we very first met? Well, it burns so bright on my mind that I can't forget. And I'll never believe you didn't think it too. And that whole time you loved me and I loved you. Miles and miles may come between us, and many faces you will see. But if you love somebody, baby, if you love somebody, baby, make it me. When you hear a song on the radio and it stays on your mind every little place you go, do you think about us or how it might feel to take another ride around on a spinning wheel? Miles and miles may come between us, and many faces you will see. But if you love somebody, baby, If you love somebody, baby, make it me. If you love somebody, baby, make it me. If you love somebody, baby, make it me. Best $4 ever spent at a Cracker Barrel. I think I got time for maybe one more song. Is that all right, guys? Sound all right? Let's see. Could I get just a touch more acoustic guitar up here? Thanks. Nice, thank you very much. I played this room once before, like about a year and a half ago, and I think it was brand new, maybe the first show in this room, if I'm not mistaken. And it's come a long way, man. This room is great. This is awesome, and thanks to Knuckleheads for putting this on here. Frank and all the guys. I've toured a whole lot with James. I don't know how many shows we've played, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's well over 100. Life can get a little blurry just on account of how fast we move around when we're touring, but I have to say that I've toured with lots of different singers and artists and bands, and I don't think I've toured with any finer than James McMurtry and his guys. Thanks to them for having me out here. I'll see you guys a little later. I'll be hanging out here at the merch table with Kim, and thank you so much for listening to me. My name is Max Gomez. When I was a child, running wild, I had a dream that someday I'd be a man. I'd build me a castle, there'd be no hassle, and I could do it with my bare hands. But I grew up broken hearted, and all my dreams turned blue. So I got me this guitar and some whiskey, and now I'm here singing to you. Some break from crying, some break from lying. Oh, but my heart broke under different circumstance. Who am I kidding? Honest, I'm fibbing. Was her cries and lies and romance all along? Well, she left here broken hearted, and all her dreams turned blue. So I got me this guitar and a bottle of whiskey, and now I'm here singing to you. then lay me to rest. I think it'd be best to throw my ashes out to sea, all scattered in pieces. I hear it increases your chance at feeling free. Well, I'll leave here broken hearted, but up in heaven I'll be fine. I'll find me a new heart and forget the whiskey. Well, I'll be singing with angels and drinking wine. Yeah, I'll be singing with angels, drinking cherry red wine. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys down the road. Cheers.